Hello everybody. Today I'm going to show you the journals that I've been working on recently. These journals have taken quite some time, and that is only because I was unwell for a little bit of time, so I didn't do a lot to them then, and so kind of got out of the swing of it, but they're finished and I think they're lovely, and they're two journals. They're about 8.5 inches by 5.5 inches, and that's approximately, and just under 2-inch spine on each of them. They have 2 signatures each, and I'll have to put the amount of pages that are in there in the description box below. So they're all, they're so pretty. They all contain the same components. They may not be in exactly the same spots inside. The covers are the same. So let me just put one to the side and I'll go through this one with you first. Okay, sorry about that interruption. So the cover is made of a cereal box. The cereal box is covered in this lovely muslin, thick muslin. It's like a very thick calico for those in Australia. Fabric that is from Crafty Me shop. And I just want to say all the ribbons and laces are from Crafty Me shop in this book. I'll point them out as we go along. So this lovely flower on the front here is from Crafty Me shop. It's a gorgeous trim. Let me just show you that. It's just beautiful. And I've just cut one of the flowers out and put it behind the little slow stitched flower I've made there. This little pink flower in the center is from Crafty Me shop also, as is the blue lace underneath it. So I'll just bring that up. You can see all the hand stitching on that one with a lovely little mother of pearl button in the center there. So I have this ribbon here that goes all the way around to the other side from Crafty Me shop. This gorgeous ribbon here. I love this ribbon. It's so pretty. And also this lovely blue crochet trim. They are all from Crafty Me shop. The floral fabric is some old vintage sheeting, and this lovely, I love this color. It's almost it's like a sage green blue color. Underneath it is from a shirt. On the spine here we have this beautiful vintage ribbon from Crafty Me shop that I've made a bow from. I have a little embroidery hoop here that I bought ages ago from eBay, I think, and I've just put a little bit of doily inside of that. I have some pom-pom trim. I have some lovely crochet trim, and that is from Crafty Me shop also. And I decided not to press it out because I liked the crumple effect of it. I have attached some little charms to that crochet trim, and also a glass leaf from BB Craft on the end there as well. I have this this little leaf crochet trim. Now this is one I made myself years ago. It was like my first attempt at doing that sort of thing, and I've had it hanging here, and I did a bit of a clean up in my room, and I'm determined to use some of the things that I haven't been using, so I've put some of that on there. I have this lovely lace from Crafty Me shop also, and I've just tied the bottoms of that lace. And then I have some tulle, which was from Co-Beads, and I've put little spools on it and some of the metal pieces from BB Craft on there as well. And I was thinking of putting a bit of thread around there, but I like the wood look, to be honest, because it goes with the wood on the little embroidery hoop. And the same is on the other side. It's just a larger wooden spool on that one, and some more charms and another leaf on that one there. And this is it's like a sewing inspired journal, and I have used a paper pack from Stamperia, and the paper pack or the paper collection is called Threads. It's from their Romantic collection. I ordered it quite a long time, and I've had it for quite some time, and when I received it, I didn't actually like it very much. You know, you see something online, you get it, and when it arrives, you're, oh. But when I started cutting it up, because I thought I've got to use it, started cutting up, I loved it. So it's a very pretty journal using that paper collection. So the closure on here is not affixed. It's just some tulle that is doubled. And that is because not everybody likes the closure on their journals. And then if it expands or if you take things out, you can just tie it to the side there or use a ribbon of your own choice. So let's have a look at what this journal looks like, shall we? Let me just move it down to make sure you can see it. And let's go inside. And so this lace here is actually, it's a gift from Dee Dee. She sent that to me. It's quite a stiff lace and works perfectly as a pocket. The lovely the lovely beaded piece here, beaded applique, that's the word I'm looking for. It's from Crafty Me shop, and I've just put some pink flowers in the center of that just to sort of help it to flow with this side. I have, oh, on the inside cover, it has the Stamperia paper, and there's a lot of sewing, machine sewing in this book. And then I've lined it with this lovely paper, and this is from the paper cameo on Etsy, and it's called Blue Lace, and it just went perfectly with the paper collection. This little pocket I've made here is from another Stamperia. I think it's Atelier, the collection, and I've just made a little pocket there. And I thought, you know, they all blend together beautifully, to be honest. So I've popped that in there to have something, you know, you've got a place to put things. Not everything has something in it, because it's important when you have a journal that you've got spare places to put things. And I like to make journals fairly how I like to use journals. So I like a lot of room to write, and I like pockets, and I like journal cards that I can write on the back of, and, you know, take notes and things. So that all the journal cards are kept fairly plain, because the paper is beautiful and speaks for itself. And then the backs, I've lined the back, stitched around it, so you've got plenty of room to be writing. And so there's not too much bulk in this journal, as in, you know, lots of added ephemera pieces like this, because otherwise it just gets too big. You can't write in it. So there's the beautiful paper collection there as well. And I've put some little quotes along, you know, in various places. Is creativity is contagious, pass it on, Albert Einstein. And of course it doesn't have to be solely sewing, this journal. It can be a craft journal as well. So we have a piece of the beautiful fabric trim from Crafty Me shop here, and the lovely lace trim as well. And then in the pocket I've made a little tag saying journal and stitched around it, because what I was going to do was actually put it there like that. I like that, but somebody else might not. So what I'm doing is I'm enclosing it inside. Whoever purchases the journals they're quite able to put that word on the front if they want that word on the front, wherever they might like it. So I'll put that in that pocket for whoever gets the journal. I've stitched some buttons to a little piece of the paper collection. So you just, you know, you just snip the back to use the buttons. I've used one of those tiny little Tim Holtz clips there just to keep everything inside. And these are the leftover pieces that I didn't use inside the journal, so you can decorate it however you want with another journal spot there with the beautiful, isn't it pretty image with the scissors on it? Love that. I don't want to unclip it because for some reason it's so tiny. My fingers have a hard time opening and closing that little clip. I have a postcard in here, and I also have a little envelope that I've made, and this is out of the pattern instruction paper. I've put some of the scrap collage across the front there, and just some little flowers with sequins and embroidery that I've stitched on there. And once again, and that's doubled over just for extra thickness, a little pocket to put things in. So that goes in that pocket there. And there we go, and pop that one back in there so it doesn't get lost. Okay, all the papers are tea stained. This is a lovely piece of it. My design package from Crafty shop was wrapped up in this beautiful, I don't know what, it's like tea bag fabric or interfacing fabric. It's very fine. So I cut part of it out, and I just used a glue stick, so I'm hoping that stays down. Bit of an experiment, really. If it comes up, just I see a little bit there, perhaps a little bit more glue stick. I'll do that before it gets wrapped up anyway, but it's so pretty, isn't it? On here we have a corner tuck. This is a little bit of trim that Gail sent me with some little flowers and butterflies on it. I have these little cards, and I just printed those out myself. I made them in Photoshop or something, and I just printed those out myself a while ago. I'm trying to remember how I did it. Yeah, but very simple to do. So I just printed some of those up. I made a couple of different varieties because these have been on the go for a while. It's been a while since I did it. So I did those, and they're printed on manila folder. And then this is just a scrap of paper, I think from a Prima collection. I found a couple of pretty pages, so I've used that in there because I love the colours, and I just thought, you know, it mixes it up a little bit. Just a bit of a tulle bow and some paper for journaling on the back there as well. Most of the pages are stitched. That is just a die cut. I cut that out on my Cricut, and I used some of the stamps from, I'll put it on the screen, it's just left my mind. I got two little sewing stamp packs, and so I got some manila folders and just stamped all over them and then cut images out of them. This blue trim here is from Crafty shop. Isn't it pretty? I love that. It's so dainty. Then I have another corner tuck here with a journal spot on there. Lovely images in the paper collection. Just a little seam binding bow, flower there. Another one of the stamped images, and then I just cut out a hexagon and a fabric hexagon behind it and glued that on. Now I have left the threads quite long. They are longer than I would prefer them to be, but some people like them long, and you can always cut them. So I left them, and then, you know, if you don't want them that long, just trim them up to your liking. More beautiful ribbon from Crafty shop. This is just a little, that's one of those tiny little paper clips from Tim Holtz, and this is just a little folded piece of the paper that were left with a little pocket on that side. It is left plain, but the paper is just gorgeous, isn't it? Look at all those beautiful scissors on there like that. And so that just goes over the page like that. And I just saw that this morning on a video, and I'll try and put it on the screen. I saw it on a video. I didn't watch it all the way through, unfortunately, but I did see she'd made something like that, and I thought, oh, I must make something with the scraps. So there we go, I made that. A butterfly, that is a Kaisercraft paper butterfly, and I used stenciling to make a little tail. More button stencils there, another little corner tuck with a journal card in. This is beautiful blue cotton trim from Crafty Me shop with a seam binding bow. Just a little tag. And this is from the Paper Cameo, and it's, I'll have to put the name of the kit on the screen, but you get these beautiful botanical tags. I've shrunk these down in size and printed them off like that just so I could make a little concertina like that, but I've got the original size further in the book. I have a journal card there from the collection, and also there. Just another little quote. I might look like I'm listening to you, but in my head I'm sewing. That is a proverb. Oh, here we go. Now this is the size of those lovely botanical tags. And what I've done, because they were a little bit bright for this particular journal, but I still really like them, I've put some cereal bag over the front just to diffuse the image a little bit. Feels really nice. And stitched around it and put a bit of a tulle topper on it. These are just little sample cards that I made and put a bit of fabric on them. That's the center of the first signature. That's just a little flip to write on with my leftover pieces. And in here it's, oh, there's some scraps just stapled together. That's a piece, and you can journal on the back of that as well. And that just goes in this little tuck here. And it opens up and you can journal in that. Some more stenciling there. 2 more journal tags. And beautiful things come together one stitch at a time. And that's a lovely little tag there, and that's one of those stamped images. Journal tag, and that's just a little bit of trim from DD. Isn't it pretty? And that's a little tuck spot with a sewing machine. More butterflies, just a little bit of edging fabric. I ran it through the overlocker and then just glued it on. And this is one of the other tags that I printed out. I made up and printed myself, and I scrunched the manila folder a little bit just to give it an aged look. So there's a couple of creases in it, like it's been around for a long time. Another one of those lovely botanical tags, and just a slightly crooked tag there as well. Some more stenciling down the bottom here, and some stitching. There's a couple more of those little tags I made. And that's another piece of beautiful ribbon from Crafty Me shop, and I just left part of it open to tuck those little things in there. There's another little tag with some stamping on it. Beautiful green lace from Crafty Me shop. And this is the manila folder that I stamped all over, and I've just put all these little things in here, and I cut this out on my Cricut as well. So here, all the ribbon ends that I used in the journals, what I did was laid some of them on a piece of manila folder, and then I put a couple of little flowers and a bit of thread in there, and then put some tulle over the top. I just got a bit of tacky glue, put the ribbon on the tacky glue, put a couple of flowers on, made sure had a bit of glue behind them, then put the tulle on, stitched around it. So they're like the scraps from all the ribbon bits, and I quite like that. There's just a tag there as well. Just a couple more sample cards that can be used. Just another journal spot there, and a larger one there as well. The papers are just lovely, aren't they? Okay, quite a lot on there. Just a cutout, another cutout. Oh no, this is one Louisa sent me such a long time ago. I think that's a die cut, the Tim Holtz dress form, that one. So I used that, and also there's, I think, a buttons and spools, the same in that paper that I used as well. More ribbon from Crafty Me's shop. A little pocket here with some tulle scrunched up. A little flower with a button on the side there. Another lovely journal spot. And there's, look at that image. There we go. And that's the end of the first signature. On the back here I've got a little belly band. And I've cut out a pair of the scissors there to hold that belly band on. And that's just got some scrap paper behind it to write on. So that just goes in there and sits on the back of the signature like that. Now the middle was a bit wide, so I made myself a little pocket. And that opens up. And inside here, what I've got is those lovely that wrapping gauze. I cut a few, about 4 or 5 of the little images, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them in different sizes out. This is just a little edge strip I had left, and then the leftover papers, I cut them to size to fit into this little pocket, so they will go in there so that whoever gets it can decorate as much, or well, you know, as much or as little as they want. There's a few spares in there, and this again is from that what is it, the Atelier collection from Stamperia as well. It had the dress form on, so I thought it would be nice. Plus the blue kind of goes with the blues in the threads kit as well. And then I've just put some images on the back there. Another quote, beautiful things come together with one stitch at a time. And in here we just have another journal card. It's not meant to fit in the envelope, and I don't mean to give the impression that it would, but the envelope, it was so cute. It's got little daisies on it. The envelope is in there just so you can tuck bits of paper and things like that in there so they don't fall out. And in here I have stitched a couple of bags together and enclosed them, because it's always nice to have like a bag so you can put things in. And in here I've got some stamped images. They're done in a light grey, which I've used on the other ones, and some of the leftover pieces from the Stamperia collection. Another sample card, and of course another one of the little ones that I made as well that you can write on. Get the air out of there. More beautiful lace from Crafty Me shop. It's just a little piece that Dee Dee sent me with a button on it. Another journal card there. Oh, that's a long thread, isn't it? Maybe I'll trim that up just a bit more. There we go. Like that, a stamped image down the bottom with more. That's bobbin work, that stitching. Another one of the lovely botanical floral images from the paper cameo. And butterflies and stenciling. More of that gorgeous ribbon. I'm not sure if I've got any left. It'll be the smallest piece now, I think. It's lovely to have the book showcase the lovely ribbons, because ribbons are nice and flat, and so they're perfect for journals. More of the collection, another one of those tags that I made. This just a little pocket with some glassine paper and bobbin work, and I've just made this envelope out of the instructions. Inside there, and it's doubled over, inside there I have another piece, 1 or 2 pieces of the overlocked edge that I stitch. And, oh, okay, just a couple of little flowers I've made out of seam binding that you can use at your leisure. So I'll put those back in there. So these are, you know, to continue decorating or use on something completely different. I don't want them being too thick. That's all. Okay. Okay. So that goes in there like that. Another one of those, it's from the Cricut machine. And that actual cut out, the silhouette, is available on the Cricut website. It's one of those free images you can get for your Cricut. Little stamped image there. I'm trying to remember what this paper is, but I just can't remember. It's really pretty, isn't it? Another little journal spot there and another little quote. Love is the thread that binds us. And all these quotes I've done on a bit of the leftover blue lace paper from the Paper Cameo. Beautiful trim from Crafty Me Shop along the edge there. It's so pretty. Little paper clip that I've curled up, and on there I've just got a little ribbon banner. And it's just got some lovely ribbon pieces in there. Some more stamping that I stuck on there. Another journal tag. And it just opens up. And this is the center of the second signature. This is from like one of those home journals. I think the other book has the date on it. But you can see it's a nice vintage one, but of course the pages are quite brittle. So what I've done is I've enclosed it inside of a cereal bag. But let me see if I've got a scrap here. Oh, here we go. I've left the top of it open, so you can actually put things inside of it on both of them, both that side and inside there as well. So if you wanted to store some nice flat things, you could put those in there. Plus it really does feel nice. There's some beautiful trim from Crafty Me Shop, again nice and flat. More stenciling around the page. Another one of the hexagons there. Lovely trim. This one has been tea stained. This trim, it's actually a white, blue and green, but I tea stained it. I made a little heart journal spot, and that's just all the pattern paper on top there with a flower on it. We have another one of these tuck spots with little bits and pieces, parts of the collection that are all journal spots, so I'll just pop those back. And a large one, and then a floral one at the back there as well. This is a edging piece from the Paper Cameo. More gorgeous ribbon here. Love this ribbon, it's lovely. Another one of, what's this one? Oh, this one I think opens the opposite way, like that. And that's from the Paper Cameo. And then just a little matchbook type thing with a few of the scrap papers inside of it. And that goes in there, behind that sample. This has got a little lip on it, so I need to put them in at the same time, I think. Otherwise, it's hard to get that little tag one in the front. We have a tuck spot here. That's also from that old Prima collection. Another corner tuck. May your bobbin always be full. Some more stenciling. These are the, oh, I put some thread on that. See, I forget a few things because I started it a while ago. There's the bobbin and some buttons from Louisa. Another piece of that. Some stenciling and bobbin work there. More beautiful lace from Crafty Me Shop. Some more little pieces inside the other side of that bag there. I have a journal spot on, that's one of those pair of scissors, and I've just left part of it open so that I've got a tuck spot there. And then we come to the back page, and more of this lovely lace from DD. Beautiful lace blue applique piece from Crafty Me Shop. And oh yes, I did show you the one at the front. And that is the same as, right, that's the same trim as this one here, but that one's been tea stained and that one hasn't. That's that blue lace paper from the Paper Cameo. I have also one of my little dresses from the paper cameo. I've just put a little bit of some, what are they called, pearl drops or something, Nouveau glitter drops, and this is Gold Coast it's called. It's really quite pretty. It's almost got a tinge of gold to it. Just edge that. Put a couple of the little stamped images on the skirt. So that's a journal spot. That's also a journal spot there. So that goes in. And I quite like the way that one turned out. And it wasn't intentional. It just happened that way. How you see the dress form behind the dress. Made me have a bit of a giggle. And another envelope made from that magazine in the same way with the cereal bag. And I've just stitched some of the lovely ribbon from Crafty Me shop along there, and that goes in the back there. So you can, it's a storage place to put things, because we collect papers and things, so you've got to have places for them, don't you? So that is the end of the first journal. And what I will do with the next one, I won't take everything out of pockets on the next one, because you get the general idea that they're going to be the same. I'll just go through it though, because people still want to, you know, they want to see. I will sort that out. And you just pull the tool, like you just fluff it up a bit once you've tied it, and it looks really pretty. There we go. There we go. Okay. So that's the first one. Like that. And the second one, like I said, very much the same, but perhaps just in a different order. So let's just do this one quickly. All the tassels and things are basically the same. So that's the front little pocket there. I'm not taking everything out of pockets, so I'll just do that. Okay, I might read the quotes. This is a different quote. Creativity is making marvelous out of the discarded. I like that one. There's your journal tag thing there as well. Oh, I've got a little thing there. I think I was going to hang something at some stage, so I must have a look at that. Otherwise, I thought I had a little something here I saw. Maybe that's... Oh. I've got all sorts here. Oh, goodness. I'll have to have a look afterwards, and if you find something there, if you purchase it and you find something there, then you'll know what it is. So let's just go through. Sewing is not just a craft, it's therapy. It's that one. In crafting, there are no mistakes, just unique creations. And that's not a tuck spot, that's just decoration. There's the center. So, of course, these pages are different. A little iron. Another little thing. And there's the little ribbon ends on that one. Gather the threads of your life and stitch them into joy. And there's the little tuck spot with the scissors on the back of that one. And in here I've got the same as the other one. The only difference will be the paper cuts will obviously be a little bit different because there weren't a lot of papers left at the end of using the collection, so I just divided what was left up into both of them. But you also get the 5 little images of the doily thing as well. There's that. And these ones here are the little lace edging strips from the Little Dresses kit, and that comes from the paper cameo. I'm not sure if I mentioned that in the last one. Oh, that's another one of those pockets, so I'll just leave that there, otherwise I'll be fussing with the paper clip. Yes, I think I may have forgot to mention that. There's the little doily piece there. Some washi tape. Another one of those tags in there. I'll put a link to the paper cameo as well because I've used quite a few bits from her store in here. I love the butterflies, aren't they pretty? Got some more things in here. I think that's the other one that opens like that. So they're the tags. They're really pretty. Lace, hexagon, tuck spot. Being creative is not a hobby, it's a way of life. More beautiful ribbon. That's another envelope. Oh, that one that has the same sorts of things. It has some edging strip and flowers in there as well. Outside the paper bag and a little tuck spot into those scissors there. How pretty are the colours in those papers? Really lovely. And then, of course, so this, see how you've got the lace at the bottom? It comes as a little strip with the dresses. So I used a couple on the pages down the edge. Really, really pretty. That's another one. There we have another envelope and the larger one at the back there as well. And unfortunately, that little one doesn't fit quite. It's a bit too squishy. Yeah, it's not going to fit quite behind that one, but that's okay. And more of the beautiful applique and lace from Crafty Me shop on the back there as well. So they're the 2 journals, and they will be available in my Etsy store. I hope you've enjoyed seeing them. I will tell you how many pages are in it under the video here, and of course in my Etsy store. So I loved working with this paper collection. I've used just about everything. I cut up what was left, put it in the pockets. So that's nice. I've used it. I'm trying to get to use as much as I can. My next project is, it's a swap that I'm doing with Ivy. So you won't see that until she receives that. But I'm going to be doing a few other things at the same time, so it shouldn't be too long till I have another video. So I hope you like seeing this, and that little thing just sits under that flower there. Trying not to, take away from the cover when you put a tie on it. That's why it's always a bit difficult sometimes to know how you're going to do a closure, because you don't want to ruin the look of the cover, do you? So I think this is a nice alternative. I hope you've enjoyed seeing them, and I appreciate you all watching, and I hope you're all taking care as well. So I'll see you in my next video. Bye.